All right, is the White House completely giving up on tax cuts for the rich? The former Reagan budget director and author of Trump, David Stockman, who helps, well, they give them up for everyone because you just don't think the money's there, right?
Well, I think we need to have a big tax cut. It should be in payroll taxes for 160 million people, most of them out in flyover America, who are paying far more payroll taxes than income. This isn't 1981 anymore. We're not in Kansas. The Laffer curve has gone missing. What people don't know is the income tax is morphed into a rich man's levy. Last year, 800 billion of the 1.5 trillion collected came from 4%. Let me underscore that. 4% of the taxpayers, 6% of the 150 million taxpayers who filed with the IRS paid 60% of the tax. The bottom 110 million taxpayers, 75%, paid less than 5% of their income in income taxes.
And close to half paid no income tax at all.
And half, close to half. So the point is, if you want to help flyover America, which is what Trump was elected by, forget the income tax. The rich people have had a ride like there's no tomorrow. For 30 years, the Fed has been inflating their financial assets like there's no tomorrow.
So you would not cut the richest tax. You wouldn't cut anyone's. You would deal with the payroll, but not the income.
That's right.
All right. In the meantime, there's a growing debate about whether the rich, as part of this tax package, should even be included. Now, you'd probably be relieved to hear that it doesn't look like they will, but they will get some of the other benefits. And, you know, for the tax cuts for corporations and investments and the like, they will benefit from that. But they could be potentially, when it comes to income tax, left out of this. How do you
Well,
feel?
I think it's all academic. There will not be a tax cut. There will not be a reform. There will not be a bill. There is no functioning Republican majority. The Democrats...
You don't think they'll even get that far?
No, they'll never get that far. Look at here they are 9 months later, and they're still fiddling around trying to do something with Obamacare.
Well, what will make this fall apart?
What will make this fall apart? There is no Republican majority. And if they don't do it through reconciliation, it will never get out of the Senate. You don't have 60 votes in the Senate for anything, even motherhood.
Well, they are attaching a lot of it to a budget resolution, right? I mean,
they can't pass a budget.
I understand.
That's the thing.
But steer me there, because a lot of people hear this and want to get the connection.
Yeah.
This latest Senate effort, it's just a Senate Budget Committee effort among the two prominent Republicans, calls for $1.5 trillion in tax revenues over the next decade.
Right.
No way really to address paying for that. Now they seem to be saying you don't have to pay for it. You'll get a lot of bang for the buck. And you know, from
well,
what do you
know, that's the headline story. But what it ignores is on the Senate floor will be a resolution 10 years that has $10 trillion built in as a baseline from current policy, spending, and tax before you get to that $1.5 trillion. So the question
we'll take
is,
a 20 trillion debt, and a decade from now bring it up to 30.
30, and before you get to any tax cut, you're at 30 trillion objectively built in, 130% of GDP. Washington has totally lost it. You have Calamity Don in the Oval Office now. He has no clue that he is presiding over the greatest fiscal disaster in history.
But it's not a shortage of revenue, though, is it? I mean, I was looking at a figure that over the next 10 years, the government looks to take in $43 trillion in revenue in taxes. Yeah. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, but it looks to take in 53 to put out 53 trillion in
so
spending.
Why can't either party even slow the growth?
Very simple, Neil, very simple. You have a president that said, Social Security, I'm not going to touch it. Medicare, we can't do anything. Medicaid, we were going to try. That was what Obamacare was.
They got nowhere. Over 700
no, they got nowhere.